and from working, Steve Heitner. And now, the star of Politically Incorrect, Bill Maher.
Thank you, folks. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All righty, well, thank you very much. Listen, we got a lot of political news we have to get to tonight, but for once we're going to start with the good news, the uncontroversial news. I guess you heard Mark McGwire broke the home run record yesterday. And it was amazing. Did you see, before he went up to the plate, he, for good luck, rubbed Roger Maris's record-breaking bat across his chest. And then Ken Starr sparked an investigation. So well, that is the big news, that Ken Starr his report arrived early. We thought it wasn't going to come till Friday or next week. Well, 2 vans pulled up to the White House, to Congress rather, with 36 boxes of evidence. Two vans. It doesn't look good for the president. The second van was being driven by Dr. Kevorkian. So, yeah, apparently they say, we don't know what's in the report yet. It's under lock and key. Yeah, right. But there are apparently descriptions of conduct between the president and Monica Lewinsky that are very embarrassing to him. Very embarrassing, especially the time he was with her for an hour and they just talked. That's embarrassing. I tell you. No, there is some explicit stuff in here. I couldn't even talk about this on HBO, let alone ABC, that's going to go on in these reports that people are going to hear about in the next couple of days. In fact, a number of congressmen said they are uncomfortable sharing this information, even with their mistresses and hookers. So, and no, this is not going to be good for Congress, too. They think they're laughing now, but you know what? There's going to be a scorched earth policy, they say, where they're going to say, hey, you don't live in glass houses. And the White House is probably going to leak stuff about other people and other senators and congressmen are going to have to explain stuff. In fact, John Glenn, Senator John Glenn today, explained to his constituencies why during the early 60s he was almost sucked into space. All right, thanks for coming. It's all been satirized for your protection. Thank you, folks. Show. Here is our panel, one of the swell stars of working on another network, Mr. Steve Heitner. Steve. There you are, Steve. How are you, buddy? Good to see you again. An Emmy-winning actor. He will play Fisher the Travel Agent on the new Fantasy Island right here on ABC. Fivish Finkel. Fivish. Hello, Mr. Fivish. How are you? Good. She is the governor of the Garden State of New Jersey, my home state. I got the governor from my state, the Honorable Christy Todd Whitman. Governor, what a pleasure. Thank you so much. And the third platinum CD is Before These Crowded Streets, Dave Matthews. Okay, well. Dave? I think the most important thing to ask right now is, how much do your fans know about politics?
When we're together,
kids, the adults have to talk now.
when we're together, we don't talk about politics.
You don't?
We just have a party.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in a waste of time.
No. Well, the president has been having a party. And now the party is over. And the big story today is that 3 days early, at least 3 days early, the evidence arrived there at the steps of the Capitol from Ken Starr. And apparently, yeah, apparently one of the things...
Looks like they found a little something.
Yeah,
I killed a lot of trees,
36 boxes.
Sure.
That all?
Right. 36 boxes of evidence. The report said substantial and credible evidence for impeachment. Part of the reason why they think he should be impeached apparently is they are upset that he asserted executive privilege. They're saying just fighting back to them is an abuse of power. And I'm wondering, when a prosecutor comes after anybody, why they don't have the right to fight back. And it seems to me that is not an abuse of power.
Well, it's like saying, tag, you're it. And then you going, I believe I was on home base. And they say, well, now you're definitely it. Like, is there no protection?
Yeah, but I think we're arguing something a little differently here. I think it's what issues did he exert executive protection and privilege over? And you have to remember, some of it was what he said to people who were being paid, his lawyers being paid by the taxpayers of the nation in general conversation. His private lawyers, absolutely. He has a complete right to that. There are certain instances where I think everybody would agree he has a right to privacy and he can fight back in any which way he wants to. But executive privilege is something special that should only be exerted over very, very confined situations.
I think he'd be exerting anything he had over this thing. I mean, I'll be exerting every corner of everything.
Yeah,
I'd be exerting.
That's his problem. He was exerting.
You know what I can't understand?
I mean, I wish someone had just said.
What I can't understand, so many things here. A quickie. A big deal. What's the big deal? I know 9 presidents that had quickies. And 8 out of 10 men and women in the world all had quickies.
And we talk about it more than we talk about.
And the only one you have to answer
so
is your family, so you lied to your wife. I didn't do it.
Yeah,
I promise you.
If he only lied to his wife, that wouldn't be a problem.
But he shouldn't have to talk to us about it.
He got on the television and he lied to us.
He's going to lie to his wife and come to us and say, you know what I was doing when I was out there.
I don't care about his wife.
Yeah, but in my opinion, he was ill-advised.
Yeah.
He was ill-advised. He should have told the people, this is my business.
Yeah.
I don't have to answer to anybody. He's my friend, you know. And he always looked at my show, Picket Fences, and he became a friend of mine. Anybody that looked at the show became a friend of mine. But what I'm trying to bring out is this. He should have told them that's my business. He should never have gone to the grand jury. He should have said, I'm the President of the United States. I'm doing a wonderful job for the country. What I do on the side is my business.
I think a lot of
not
people should have said
affecting
that.
anybody. That's what it is.
Right, but he didn't do that.
I think a lot of people should have said it. I think a lot of people, aside from him as well, should have said, this is nothing to do with us. And if he says it, you know, if he's about to lie, they should have run up to him and said, don't say anything, don't say anything. It's all you.
That's the way it went down. I mean, he chose to lie, so now what do we do?
He has a wonderful rating. I mean, 65% of a popularity rating is wonderful.
But
That's on his job performance,
here.
not on personal. I mean, it's as if you're trying to send a message. And as a parent, I want to tell you, this is exactly the opposite of what I say to my kids. It's okay to lie today if you say you're sorry tomorrow. That doesn't work. And it does matter that he went before the people and he looked us straight in the eye and said, I never, whatever the legal ease that he used, he can parse a sentence now better than anybody in school that I ever knew. You know, that's not acceptable. That's the problem.
The thing that sort of overwhelms me, I know the thing that I'm sort of mostly worried about is that we're all so obsessed by something like this. I think that just the mere interest in what went on is absurd, because I grew up in a country where there was a lot of horrible things going on. And to people in that country, South Africa, people would just go, this kind of thing, they would say, don't even ask him. Just don't even bring it up.
People in this country of a different era would never have asked him.
Exactly. It's just, to me, it's
other
never.
presidents have engaged in
all
this kind
over
of
the
behavior
world,
and it
my
never
God,
was asked.
all over the world, kings, queens, prime ministers, they all had mistresses.
Especially the Queen.
Yeah.
All right, we have to take a break. And we'll come right back.
That's right.
Tickets to Politically Incorrect, call 323-575-4321.
Okay, all right, enough with the president. As we do every night, we try to cover him and then get to what real people affects their lives. And let's talk about drugs, because I know, Fibus, you're a big stoner. No, I'm kidding. But,
yeah, we were burning one in the back.
The only drug I ever had was Pepsi-Cola.
And that's a hot one.
Oh, terrible. That gets me going, you know that?
Oh, it's a jolt, no question.
I drink one of those.
They used to have cocaine in it. That's where the Coke from Coca-Cola.
Oh, really?
Oh, they took it out?
Now you're telling me.
Well, listen, the government has a new plan to fight drugs, and it's advertising, which is very telling about politics these days. You know, it used to be the Republicans wanted more jails for drug addicts, and the Democrats wanted more social programs and treatment. Now they've split the difference, and they're just going to advertise.
Yeah, and this is what's going to happen. You're going to be watching TV, the kid's going to be watching the TV, or whoever it is, unfortunately, and he's going to go, too late, bro.
Well, they are spending $1 billion of our tax money, and that's not special prosecutor money, but it adds up. To get, and I could hold up ads. We've all seen them. They're on TV, they're in the newspapers, and they think this is the way to solve the drug problem.
Yeah, I don't think it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't think a kid decides whether to take drugs or not between Friends and Seinfeld, you know? I think a kid decides whether to take drugs or not when he comes home from school and there are no after-school programs that have been funded for him to do, you know, keep him busy, you know? I don't think he decides when he's sitting on the couch.
No,
you know, if he's deciding on the couch, he's probably already made that decision.
You're absolutely right, but we need to continue to send the message. We've seen in our state that you've had a doubling in the use of marijuana among high school students, a tripling of the use of heroin, and we have 20% of our high school students who admit to us that they've used drugs or alcohol before they go to school in the morning. We need to do exactly what you say. There got to be after-school programs. There got to be drug courts to get them into treatment. But we also need to send a message continuously.
I also think the message should be, it shouldn't be this ignoramus, because kids aren't stupid. I was one, and I was fairly bright. But the message of, it's just bad, bad, bad. It's bad, 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 bad. I mean, you tell a kid, don't do that. Very often, they touch the stove. Hi, good God, and then they recover and they don't touch it again. But you tell a kid over and over again, don't do that, don't do that, and he smokes pot, and you said it about every drug and thrown pot in there with it, and he smokes pot and wakes up in the morning and says, well, I feel chipper, I feel fine. There's no problem with this. I'm going to math class.
I'm not doing heroin now, then everything they said must be ridiculous.
So what I'm saying is you should tell the truth about each drug. You should educate these kids, not just this broad stroking stupidity, you know?
Okay. Five-ish, we have to take a commercial. We'll come right back to you on the drug issue. We're talking about the new drug ads, Five-ish. Yes, sir.
I must say this in all sincerity, that they said the $1 billion through the years. I think it's a wonderful investment. If anybody can save a life is worth more than all the money in the world.
We're not arguing about whether saving a life is good. We're arguing about whether this is the right method to save the life.
Absolutely, it is. In my opinion, it is.
A drug ad, really?
The approach of
Dave's
including...
point, I think, is very good. It really depends on how you do it.
Yeah, if you say to a kid, you know, heroin and pot are the same thing, it's like,
that's
are you out of your mind?
No, you don't do that. You do it intelligently, and you use peers. I mean, we have a wonderful ad on smoking where we have billboard, where we have a picture of a camel on one side and a kid smoking on the other. And we said, one of these two has yellow teeth, kinky hair, and funky breath. The other is a kid smoking. You know, it catches their attention. And they look at the camel's face and the kid. And
they do the trick too sometimes.
But they don't do the trick because kids can smell being marketed to like a rat in a wall.
Exactly. That's exactly what I think.
And also, his point is very well taken. The very title, Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
It's not going to happen.
There's a lot of drugs.
It's not going to happen.
You got to hope.
Here's another idea. You take the money, like all that $1 billion, you take it, and then you have kids who don't have jobs during the summer, and then you take them and you put them to work in rehab centers where they can see really what happens to people who take drugs.
And then you can also...
And they're getting paid and they're seeing.
But then you can also take them and show them some of the great people, that have influenced generations and have made wonderful art and done wonderful things politically and scientifically, who smoked pot, and let them know that it's not going to, if they have a view, if they have a perspective, if we give them a perspective on things and don't
Oh,
don't.
please.
I disagree with that. I have to
I
say that
disagree
you can't
wholeheartedly.
send that mixed message to kids. I mean,
No,
you know they're going to do
the
it.
just say
but
no
that's
thing
a-
is like it
That's a
doesn't
mixed
fly with
message.
You got
kids.
to say no
we're
as
doing
strong
better
as
when
you
we at least
can.
we're doing that.
You got to say no as strong as you can because it's a deadly thing.
It's not a deadly thing.
a-
Some drugs are a deadly thing, but you said it too. You said drugs like they're all the same.
They don't-
They're not all the same, okay?
Alcohol. Look, we get to Christmas time and we say, okay, this year, honey, you're 15, you can drink the champagne. And this thing kills more people in America
Yeah.
than all the other drugs combined.
Yeah. You're right about that, but when you got 80% of the people in your prisons there because they committed a crime while on drugs or committed a crime to get
What
Or
drugs.
committed the
drugs?
crime of using
What
drugs.
drugs
I mean, you know,
were they on?
We're
I-
talking about heroin and crack. I mean, what we've done in our state is we've instituted drug courts, and we take first-time minor offenders for drug use, and we put them in rehab. We don't put them in prison, we put them in rehab. We try to work with them. We
Right.
try to get them off. We try to redirect particularly
That's
young people.
great.
And in our institutions, we're putting in rehab programs. I mean, the thing that I can't comprehend, and it still happens in our state, but we're taking steps to try to stop it, is we can release somebody after 15 years, and we release them to a drug rehab center. I mean, they've been in prison for 15 years, and they're still addicted to
yeah.
drugs.
Because they get
tells you
drugs
because
in
they get
prison.
drugs in prison.
Right.
Yeah,
But
well,
those are the
that's a
kinds of
place
things
you might
we've got
wanna
to
get
deal with.
high.
But if you look, if you've ever held,
I'm going to read a book. I'm stuck here for the
if
next
you've ever
15
held-
years.
if you've ever held a crack baby,
Oh,
if
I
you've
know-
ever
I know-
seen
I
what
know- I know
happens,
the
you know
horrors.
we have
I've had
to
friends
stop it.
die- I know-
and
I've
they're
had friends
impacted
die.
forever in their lives. Forever, those
Take
babies.
a look at certain families that have been ruined because of drugs.
Some drugs, I keep saying. That's
You
the
look at-
problem, is that we have to start by separating a
Look,
crack baby
you
is
can
not...
get aspirin. Aspirin is a drug.
Exactly.
Haven't ruined- haven't ruined
Everybody
any
in this
family.
We're not
country
talking
takes a
about
certain
aspirin.
drug.
We're not talking
You're
about
on
the other
Viagra
things.
right now.
My dear friend,
All right, we'll take a commercial. We'll come right back.
Viagra.
The Joke Man Martling and Celeste Gregg.
All right, we got about 3 minutes left. I want to bring up the subject of the unknown soldier. I'm sure you followed the story this summer. What happened, there was a guy buried, Lieutenant Michael Blassie, in the tomb of the unknown from Vietnam. And for years, they didn't know who was there. It's the tomb of the unknown. Well, then evidence came out, and his family said, look, I think it's Lieutenant Michael Blassie. They won the right to dig him up, to run DNA tests, to find out if it came out of Clinton's penis. Kidding. No. Okay, so... on the tomb, excuse me, Governor, on the tomb of the unknown.
You're in a good mood today.
Yes, I am. It's the Viagra. On the tomb of the unknown hangs a Medal of Honor because it's the tomb of the unknown. Now that they have found out who it is, the family of Lieutenant Michael Blassie wants the Medal of Honor to follow him, even though they dug him up and found out who it was. To me, this is preposterous and wanting it both ways.
Was there anyone else there, or was just him? He was
Just
alone?
him.
He
They dug
represented
him-
Vietnam,
he
all of
represented-
Vietnam,
yeah, all of it.
all
Now
of
we're
Vietnam.
right.
So you're saying that he
That's a tough
shouldn't have the medal?
Of course not.
So the mere fact that he got blown up beyond recognition for his country wasn't quite enough to
Well,
get
then
the
we'd
medal?
have to
No,
give the
but
Medal of Honor to
to everybody.
58,000 guys.
So what?
but
That's
no, we
okay.
can't take
I
this
give it to
instance.
them.
We can't take this instance
I
where he
give it
was
to
the
them.
unknown soldier.
You know what a terrible battle that was in Vietnam?
Yeah,
Everyone deserves a medal that ever went in there.
right on.
I'll give my husband a
But I think
couple.
also, I mean, I understand what you're saying about if they wanted to take him away, that's, you know, maybe they could have added a little something to it, like
Well, but
his
the
name.
medal wasn't given to him
No, I
based on
understand,
his
but it was
conduct
given
in
to
Vietnam. It was, he
but
was
it would still- it would
representative of
represent the
everybody.
same thing. The fact that it was found out who he was is wonderful, but I think
Yeah,
it's also,
I think it's great.
you know,
And
it's
we can't
great, but I
see
think
clear
but you
for this
can't.
one instance where he
Yeah.
was the unknown soldier
Why?
and
The
he
Medal of
was
Honor-
blown to bits for his country. We can't see clear for this one
Well,
instance to leave him with this
The
medal.
Medal of Honor goes to those who are deserving of what they call uncommon valor. And
You
there
find
has-
out he was a bad guy or something?
No. But does
They
everyone
can look
who...
into his record and
They can look into his
determine whether
record,
he
but-
deserves to get it based on his conduct in Vietnam. I mean, it's nothing
But he
worse than
already got it
losing
'cause
a
he was
child. I
unknown.
feel badly for his parents, but
He already got it. He
this
was
was
unknown for a while.
representative. He didn't get it.
But okay, if
The
his
Vietnam
if his
veterans
spirit
who
or
were
ghost is
killed-
around there,
The
Boy, that's
MIA.
bummed out.
The spirit of it is just so
Yeah, it's so-
mean-spirited.
it's got-
to
yeah,
me.
It's
so-
not
terrible
mean-spirited.
thing.
It is saying there are certain levels. Yes, anyone who fights for their country deserves the highest praise.
So if you're the
But
unknown
there is a
soldier, yes.
level
But if you're
above-
Michael Blassie, give me that thing back.
Well, what about the
All
other
the other
people
soldiers who serve. I mean,
But
my
he still
husband served.
represents
He's
the
got a
unknown
couple of
soldier
medals,
because he
but none
was
of those.
unknown. That's what he was. Well, I don't know.
The unknown soldier.
Well,
You
Dave,
say
you can
unknown
support Hitler
soldier.
and get a applause here. What is
Yeah, exactly.
But
Oh, no, I couldn't.
The unknown soldier, the original one, in World War I.
and you knew him pretty well,
I certainly
didn't you?
did. He was a